Hello, Facebook Live. Hey, what's going on? It's Jim Withers again, coming to you from my garage tonight. I look a little sleepy and tired because I had just taken a nap. Yeah, and so I'm gonna give a chance for my friend Trish to get on here. Hey, Claudia. That's my friend Claudia. My friend Trish is here. Ha ha. Let me add her in. Trish. All right. I'm out here in my garage.
Hey!
Hey, there's
Where's
my friend.
tea?
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Any better, I'd be two people.
That's awesome. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Death Wish coffee with keto cream.
I'm drinking chai tea with keto cream.
Well,
Good
aren't
point.
you just very zen and yogi?
Well, it's 8:15 at night, so.
Well, it's 5:15, and me and Tammy are getting ready to go to a crab feed and here in town for my birthday. And I'm smoking one of my birthday cigars.
Is it your birthday today?
Monday.
Happy birthday.
I'm going to be 21 on Monday, so I'm good. There's my bride, Tammy. She surprised me so much. She's doing great for my birthday. Anyway, she's a wonderful
You're a lucky
person.
guy.
I am a lucky guy. I am. So I'm sitting here in my garage talking to my friend Trish. And Trish, we've talked a couple times, and getting to know you, I met you in Louisville, but getting to know you, I found out some pretty interesting stuff about you, that you're a yogi and a certified trainer and a nutritionist, and you've been helping women, as you say, look good naked.
Yes.
on your thing. I seen that. That cracked me up. But that's what you do. You help people look good naked. And so let's talk a little bit about that. How did you start helping people look good naked, I guess, is the beginning. And then what do you use, modalities or whatever do you use for people to accomplish their goals? Because obviously everybody's in different levels and different health and so forth. And then afterwards we'll have a little questions and answer.
Okay,
so
cool.
First question is, how did you start helping people?
How did I start?
41. Yeah,
I had my own transformation. I was overweight. I suffered from chronic fatigue syndrome, whatever that is. And so I had very low energy. I really hated my body. I just wasn't myself. I went through my own transformation, found fitness, fell in love with fitness, fell in love with nutrition, and started my own gym, which was crazy. I don't recommend anybody do that. So when I started my gym, I knew that I needed to help people with nutrition more than anything else, because you can't outrun your fork. Just exercise isn't enough. A lot of times people will exercise and then get even more hungry and eat even more food and gain even more weight. So I went on a mad search for the best way to lose fat and keep muscle mass. I actually had a couple of, I kind of stumbled, and then I found the modified ketogenic diet about 6 years ago. And I started using that. And that was just game changing to me. So basically what I was doing back then was I was trying to help people. I was helping people go low carb, higher fat. I was monitoring their percentage of body weight and their muscle mass, so I could make sure they were gaining muscle while they were losing fat. So I would track that very carefully. I was helping them get into ketosis. I was helping them produce ketones, basically.
Okay, so was that an easy process, or how at that time?
Well,
was it easy
I have to say that, and I think Julie Hooley, who used to come to my gym, I call her Julie Hooley. That's not really her name. She's watching right now, so she can attest to this.
Cool.
The people that I tended to attract were pretty intense people. They were really hardcore, and so I had a lot of people who were really disciplined. so people would say like, I'm hungry, because when you move from a standard American diet to low carbohydrate diet, a lot of times people can get the keto flu. So it's like detox from carbs. You feel horrible, low energy. You just feel like you have the flu.
Yeah.
So at that point, I would say, well, drink a lot of bone broth and just stick with it. And a lot of people would just carry on. Like, it was pretty awesome. And the people who adopted eating that way and stayed eating that way were successful. If they didn't fall back to their old habits.
Okay. Well, we have a lot of people on here and on my feed that ask me questions because obviously the Western diet is not advantageous to staying slim and trim and looking good naked.
That's right.
You know, it just doesn't. But how are you incorporating, and I see you got your wonderful Prove It hat on.
Yes.
How do you incorporate the Prove It science-based technologies that we have to help people accomplish their weight loss journey in a quicker method, and kind of like hacking the problems that they had with that you had before with just keto flu and diet and all that?
Right. Well, I think that the exogenous ketones solve a couple problems. First of all, you don't have to have the willpower of an ox, in order to actually get accomplish your goals. You don't have to be the biggest badass in town, which is great because not everybody's like that. So it helps to suppress your appetite so that you're able to comply with the food program. So I'm using the same program I've used for the last 6 years. But now it's way easier to stay on it because you're not hungry and you're shifting to being able to to use fat as fuel a lot faster. And you're not going into that keto flu. So you don't have to go through the hard to go to the that kind of thing. So basically I'm using,
Right here.
you got like a dog there? Is that what that is?
No, it's my cat's getting ready to cough up a hairball, I think.
Oh my God, it sounds like a dog.
Live on TV, you hear my cat puking. Hey!
Sexy stuff. So let's see if I can. So I'm really using the same food plan.
Hey, Dave.
And I'm just now, the ketones just make everything so much easier. It makes it doable for anyone. Anyone can now do my food plan. And when I first was introducing it to people were like, oh my God, this is crazy. I can't eat bread. I'm like, nope. I can't eat pasta, grains. Nope. They're like, ever? I'm like, nope, never.
So let's say for a crazy idea that maybe we put together a group and you could drop your food plans and stuff in there. Would that be of value to you guys? If so, give us a big thumbs up underneath. Hit the thumbs up thing if that would be great value to you folks. Anyway, yeah, we could do that. We'll put that together. So let's say I'm on your diet and it's my birthday and I want cake and ice cream, or
okay.
Maybe I like chocolate covered cockroaches or something. Who knows? But,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe crickets is better, higher in protein. The thing is that when your body has adapted to, when you've gone through this whole not using carbohydrates as your main fuel source anymore, and using the exogenous ketones helps you get there so much faster. You don't have to go through 3 months of fasting and drinking bone broth and being like a Navy SEAL. So your body can then choose between ketones and glucose, right? So then you have a more flexible metabolism. And if you drink ketones because it's your birthday and you want a piece of cake, you can. And your blood sugar is going to stay stable. The problem about eating cake when you don't have the exogenous ketones or when you haven't been in ketosis and can't get back in is that you eat cake, your blood sugar spikes, then your blood sugar drops, and then you crave more cake. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense to me because I used to live on that roller coaster when because if I didn't take enough insulin or whatever, and I'd crash hard. So I know what it is, but I think everybody experiences that. That's out there eating carbs You know, they experience the nap after the ice cream or the cake or whatever. Yeah, yeah, I get it. So you can use this drink it. You'll be right back into ketosis. Is that regardless of diet, Trish?
Well, I'm very cautious about just saying like you don't have to change your diet, because I think we do have to change our diet. I think, you know, the reason that 40% of Americans are obese is because we've been eating the wrong foods in the wrong quantity. So I think it's really important to eat high quality foods and not just think, oh, I can do whatever I want and just drink this drink. You know, but we can't also be on the flip side of being like having no joy or happiness or fun in our lives. So like something I love to do is if I go get a drink, I'll say, just give me tequila, lemon juice, lime juice, and I'll mix up some raspberry lemonade, pour that, and it's like the best margarita you ever had. So now tequila doesn't make your blood sugar spike as much as other liquors, but now I've got ketones in there. I've got like the perfect cocktail. Right?
Never thought, that's a great idea. I never thought that's awesome.
Splash with rum is also delicious. So you have that like coconut with rum. Oh, yum. So, I mean, you don't want to live, here's the thing, Jim. If you feel like you're depriving yourself of something so that you can lose weight, it's never going to last. You can't feel deprived. You have to feel joy. You have to love food. You have to be eating food that's like satiating and delicious.
My beautiful bride has a question for you.
Yes.
Tammy says, what percentage of fat, carbs to protein would you suggest is optimal while using the Prove It as a tool?
If you wanted to track your macros, that's different personalities. Some people will turn around and run away. But if that's your wheelhouse, I do like doing that. I like, with the exogenous ketones, 45% fat, 30% carbs, and 25% protein. So that seems to get people into a nice state of ketosis. I've had many people lose a lot of fat and gain a lot of muscle doing that proportion.
Let's say you were somebody that needed to lose a lot of weight because of a medical issue, or they I've heard this several times, they have to get a surgery, they have to different things, and go Titans. All right, Troy, that's one of my best friends from high school. I don't know what that has to do with our conversation, but thanks, buddy. My buddy Sean. Go Titans. So what would you suggest somebody does that?
Someone that needs to lose a lot of weight?
In a short amount of time.
Okay, I mean, you do rapid weight loss. Rapid weight loss is, you know, if you do it smart, and you have a long-term plan and you need to do it and you have a plan for when you come off it, I'm not opposed to that. If somebody needed to lose a lot of weight really fast, I would say to start. I would say, I mean, if you really had to go balls to the walls, like if you were like, I'm going to die if I don't, you know, is that kind of what you're asking, Jim? Like a really serious situation?
Yeah, I know there's people out there facing that.
Yeah, I would say I would start. I would get just a box of ketones, and I would start with a 60 to 72 hour water wash with the ketones, and then I would not eat after dark, and I would drink those ketones like there's no tomorrow and go low carb, and you will lose weight, and you will not feel hungry. You will not be hungry, and just you'll drop a lot of weight. Because I'll give you an example. My brother, he lost a ton of weight in the beginning, and the reason is because he went from eating like a ton of garbage to like eating really well. So when you do that, you have rapid weight loss. But if you really had to ramp it up, I would say definitely starting with a fast, then using intermittent fasting, using the ketones, and going low carb. Shebang. And go for walks. Go for walks. You know, like move your body more. Park far away. Take the stairs. You know, walk a little bit further every day. That kind of stuff.
Okay, so it's so where did you did you develop your own program, or did you modify a program, or how did this evolve? Did it just morph, you know?
No, I mean, first I didn't know what to do. So I actually worked with a nutritionist, and that did not work out. I did not like it. It did not feel like that was not a good thing. And then I met a doctor. I started working with this doctor who was like so incredible, amazing doctor, Samantha Eagle, who introduced me to ketones, you know, made by your body, and the ketogenic diet. She took me to conferences. She gave me a lot of education. She shared with me all kinds of tools. So she really educated me. And that was, you know, 6 or 7 years ago, before anybody really ever heard of ketones. So I never called my program the ketogenic diet. I never called it that because nobody knew what it was. I called it the rapid weight loss program. So, because nobody knew what ketogenic was. So, you know, after being educated by her and going to conferences and reading all these books, and, you know, so when the exogenous ketones came out, I already knew what they were. And I was pumped.
I bet. So when this came out, how long have you been involved with Prove It?
I think I started, well, first I heard the ketone esters were coming out. Now, those are disgusting and make almost everybody want to throw up. So that was the first thing that started happening. And I was like, oh, when they make those, you know, when they start figuring out how to make those palatable, this is going to change the game for everybody. Because I was thinking, like, oh my God, what's going to happen when people don't have to produce ketones themselves by going through all this hard stuff?
Hey, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
That's the mother of my son, Kim.
Oh, she's so awesome.
Kim. She is awesome.
And you're so lucky. You're so lucky.
Yeah. All these great women in my life. It's wonderful.
So lucky.
I know.
Let's
Who'd
see.
thought?
Talk about, and so then I saw somebody on Instagram about 1.5 years ago. They just posted a picture of the Keto OS, and I wrote to them immediately, and I said, is this a ketone ester? And she said, no, this is a beta hydroxybutyrate. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out. She said, no, this doesn't make you throw up. And I said, send me some. I said, send me some right now. Send them to me right now. So she hooked me up, and I got them in the mail, and I poured them into a glass of water, and I drank them, and within 30 minutes, the brain fog just like lifted. I was like, oh my God, this is real. Like, I'd been waiting, you know, probably 1 year for them to come out in a way that we could actually drink them. So I took them for a long time before I started offering them to my clients. I tried every single brand. I did tons of research. So I started taking them in, like, probably was taking them for about 8 months before I even recommended them to people, because I really wanted to make sure that they worked and that they were good, and that the science was real. And then I didn't join the company for another like 3 or 4 months because I was doing my research on the company. So it took me a while.
So you're really, your belief level is way up here.
It's indisputable to me. Yeah.
That's awesome. So what I'd like to do now, Kim, if that's okay, is maybe take some questions here, and from some of the people who might have a couple questions. We're going to open it up. If you have a question, go ahead and put it in the remarks comments section. Remarks. It does that what I have. I'll
give you all my cocktail recipes. Actually, I should make like a little giveaway, right, with the cocktail recipes.
You should. Yeah, that's awesome. I would dig that. I would post it on my feed, and absolutely.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We're all down for some keto cocktails.
Keto cocktails. Does anybody have any questions? And
there's
there's a lot of confusion. So I think you could just really, what you need to whittle it down to is that we're overweight because we eat too much. And the reason that we eat too much is because we eat too many carbs. And that if we want to regulate our hunger circuit, the best way to do that is to be in ketosis. So that's
what, yeah, go ahead.
If that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense to me, because I was on a sugar, I couldn't stop eating sugar. And it was killing me, and literally killing me, and I couldn't stop. I would crave it so bad. It was like, that stuff's worse than cocaine. I mean, really, that stuff is sugary.
Well, we're really programmed to crave sugar. So evolution doesn't make mistakes. So our sugar cravings make total sense. If you think about, we've only been eating grains for 10,000 years. And before that, sugar was only available in forms of fruit, honey. The Native Americans knew about maple syrup, but all of those things are seasonal. So maple syrup comes in the spring, but you think about all the other times when sugar is available, it's hard to get. Like berries have prickers, the honey's up on the cliffside. We have to want it really badly to get it. Yeah. So that's where that sugar craving comes in. And then once we get it, we have to crave it so we eat it all, because we have to store that fat for the winter. So it all makes sense.
Got it.
But, so somebody asked a question.
Yeah, somebody asked, is Crystal Light, is it Crystal Light drinks? Is it safe to drink?
I don't know what Crystal Light is.
We're here in California, dude. So it's like Crystal Light is like the little sleeves of.
I will say that I am. I know I live in Vermont. We don't. I don't know about that.
God, no, that's not Vermont.
We're just a bunch of hippies up here. So I'm guessing that Crystal Light, by the name, has a artificial sweetener in it. Now, artificial sweeteners do cause obesity. So I would say cut out the Crystal Light. What I tell people to drink is water, even effervescent water, or like sparkling water. Like anything that's carbonated can deteriorate your gut microbiome. So water's your friend. Stevia, anything sweetened with stevia, yes, is okay. But if Crystal Light is sweetened with anything except stevia, I would avoid it. It just, even the artificial sweeteners, they just totally mess with your hunger circuitry and your insulin sensitivity and stuff like that. So they do cause obesity. People think if they pound diet Coke that it's fine. It's not fine. Makes you fat. I know, isn't that awful?
I used to drink 15, 20 of them a day. Yeah, I was addicted to them. Yeah. Even after I had my foot amputated, I still drank that thing. Yeah. It's crazy. It's just crazy what's going on. Hey, so Trish, since you mentioned the Crystal Light and the effervescent water, is there, like, I know a lot of people here on 10 days and 5-day experiences, and if you want one, I'm your guy. But Trish, do you have like a hack that you can use? Like, I love the word hack now. I'm a big hacker.
Yeah, it's a great
one.
Yeah.
But do you have a hack for the 5 and 10 day that makes their drink taste a little better? Because I've had some people say they didn't like the taste of a couple of them or different ones, and that's what's great about the experience, is that 10-day experience, you can try the different flavors and see what you like. But is there like something you can add to the thing, the drink, like water?
Some people do like to mix them with LaCroix, which, is, you got to do what you got to do to get it down.
What's LaCroix?
Oh, it's like sparkling water or something that has like flavor in it of some sort. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't drink it. But I know I just put it in water. So I know that my son, we keep things simple around here. My son likes to put the chocolate swirl in his coffee. So some people like to do that.
I like that.
So he does that because he doesn't like that flavor. I like all the flavors. So yeah, people LaCroix. I mean, I think it's about getting used to the flavor. I think most people are having a reaction to the stevia because it's so sweet. But Jim, I got to be frank with you.
Okay.
When people tell me they don't like the taste, I say, who cares? Just drink it.
Well, for me, if it tasted like a turd, I'd still be drinking it because it's healed me. So I'd be sucked up.
So, you could drink it. You could really water it down. a lot.
Yeah.
You know, split it, you know, do half and then do another half later. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know how else, you know, add lemon, lime to it.
Mm-hmm.
Experiment. I mean, you could, you know, the chocolate you can put in like coconut milk and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in a shake.
Wow.
Thing. Yeah, that'd be good, right?
That would be good. I like, you know, we ought to come up with like a little, you know, maybe some hacks that there's probably out there already, probably out there somewhere. So
I know.
that would be cool.
My friend Allie makes these amazing fat bombs.
Oh, I haven't had them yet.
And for sweetener, she uses some ketones. So they're like they're like so yummy.
Really?
Mm.
That is pretty cool because you get like an explosion of ketones.
Yes.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah.
You taking notes, baby? My wife is the cook in the family, and she whenever we do something, she gets the research. She's a big cook. She loves cooking.
Well, so I can tell Tammy that you can make like cookies using I would do like coconut flour, an egg, some keto cream, and then I get like a really expensive chocolate bar. Like Slitty makes one. Who else makes one? Michael Cluise makes one where they're like 99% chocolate, and I just chop it up and I use that as chocolate chips. So good.
I love that. I love that. So, I guess to sum it up, what is your passion, and why would somebody go through all the hassle of getting all these certs and all that stuff? What is it that your goal at the end of getting all this? What is your passion? What is your goal for doing this, and why?
What really drives me is that I remember what it felt like to be overweight. And I remember how horrible it was. And I remember yo-yo dieting. And I remember trying everything. And I remember being discouraged. I remember like up and down in the pants size and just feeling like I was never going to be successful. And it just felt so bad. It was so depressing. It was so defeating. And so when I finally made the change and it stuck, I dedicated my entire being to helping other women navigate through that journey. Because if I can do it, anyone can do it. And I really believe that anyone can do it. So that's what drives me, is I just want to help women just feel great about it. Should they love themselves in the body they're in right now? Absolutely. Because we're not our bodies. We're just beings in a body. But I think when you start taking care of your body, you feel better. It's very empowering. So that's what drives me. It's just helping people find their own like sense of power.
Wow. I love that. And Trish, I know we've been speaking, and Trish has made herself available for our local group and for people who join us and get on board. And we're going to put together a group and girl power.
Girl.
That's my wife and her girl power. So, girl power.
Girl power. So, and then look, my girl is here. She heard that.
Aww.
My female dog, who is power, let me tell you. She's a pistol. So yeah, I'm excited to work with your friends, your wife, and all of those wonderful women that you're so lucky to have in your life. So it'll be fun.
I am lucky. I'm very lucky. Now I got another powerful woman in my life, a friend, get to know us, and yeah, she's become a really good. Trish has become a really good friend.
It's awesome.
And it is awesome, and definitely, and I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you.
You're just helping so many people reclaim their health. It's so awesome. So
well, I would be a poor guy if I got all this in my life, all the dramatic changes in only a month, and I didn't tell anybody. You know, that's like having the cure for
everything
and not telling anybody, everything, right?
Yeah,
and not saying a word.
Hello, doggy.
Yeah. So I invite you, if you've never heard about drinkable ketones or esters or any of that stuff, to find out. Just, go like the Facebook page, go find out. Just type in prove it. Whether you come and get it from me or not.
We don't care.
I don't care.
And you can ask anything. Either one of us, and if we don't know the answer, we know people who do.
Yeah.
So,
and if you're from another team, somebody said, hey, go check out the crazy man in his garage with a cigar. Get back to the people. I mean, get back to them and say, hey, I want some of that stuff. I want some of that juju you're drinking, because it changes you. It changes everything. I'm more focused than I've ever been in my life. I'm focused. It's crazy. Did you have that? I always ask people that. Did you have like that brain, like it's like you wake up and you have this epiphany? And yeah, my wife's texting me right now and going, crab. You got a crab feed. I'm getting there, baby. You don't be up. Talk too much. But Trish, thanks.
Thank you
have
so
that
much.
Did you have that? Like,
what's that?
It's like a spiritual experience with the mind and the
Yeah, I mean, it did, you know, the brain fog lifted. I have to say that just for myself personally, I love what it does for my workouts, because I'm a freak in the gym. So that's what I like. We can talk about that another time. We can have a whole
I just don't see that about you, Trish. I see you're really quiet and that you don't like to lift weights.
I know, I'm very demure. But we could have a whole other conversation sometime about athletic performance and what ketones can do for you in the gym and strength gains and stuff like that. So next time, tune in. We won't talk about fat loss. We'll talk about that.
No, we'll talk about that. That's great.
Okay.
So before we go out, I'd always like to say, keep charging, my friends. Same bad time, same bad place. I love Batman. Talk to you later, Trish.
Thank you, Jim.
Okay. Bye-bye.